I'm Ken Cotter with Consolidated Land Services. We're a civil engineering and land surveying firm located here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. My profession is a civil engineer. There is zoning ordinances that apply to constructions and properties within the municipal corporate limits. So that if you have a property inside the City of Mountain Home limits or the City of Gassville limits, those properties would have zoning ordinances that apply to those. There is no zoning ordinance for the county. Properties out in the county do not have a zoning ordinance. However, there are state codes, the fire protection codes and the building codes that do apply to county properties as well. Okay, the zonings vary somewhat from municipality to municipality, but they are generally along the same lines. The residential zonings would break down in various classifications from R1s through R5s, and I will speak to the City of Mountain Home zoning specifically. The residential zonings for R1 is for single-family housing, a single dwelling for each lot, and then there is an R1A, which addresses duplexes for 2 dwellings per structure on each lot. Then after that we would have the residential R2, which would be for single dwellings as well as duplexes. And we would also have an R3, which is single families, duplexes, and multi-family units. The multi-family units would be limited to 4 units per structure. The R4 is actually the same as the R3, however, it would allow for 8 units within each structure, a maximum of 8 units per structure. The final residential zoning would be R5. That would be, again, for single families only, a single unit per dwelling, but it is on a much smaller lot. It was originally developed as an affordable housing concept. And after the residential, we would have the commercial zonings. Those would apply to commercial properties, and they range from a C1 to a C4, with C1 being the highest commercial use type property, and it is basically the core district. C2 is a retail type service, but it is allowed retail opening for 24 hours of service around the clock, and that is not limited as far as the type of retail that you would provide. In addition to that, they have a C3, which we call a quiet retail, and that is limited to certain hours of operation. C3 is restricted to the hours, no service provided between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. C4 is also a quiet retail, but it is providing a 24-hour service. There is a restriction as to what functions you could use in a C4 situation. There is a procedure for variances. It is referred to as the Board of Adjustment, the Zoning Board of Adjustment. It is in actuality the full Planning Commission. The Commission sets as a whole for those. You can take certain variances requests to that board and they will act upon it. Typically, zoning would occur as part of the annexation. The initial zoning would require, at the time it's annexed, that you declare what you were asking the city to bring it in as, and that procedure is dictated by the annexation procedure. That is a little bit unique, a little bit different than a rezoning. If property is within the city limits already and you would like to rezone that, there is a procedure for that as well. It does involve publication in the paper, providing of a public meeting with a public hearing, and it requires action not only by the Planning Commission but also by the City Council. and those procedures are set forth in the ordinance itself. The building inspector's office is the enforcing agency for the mountain home ordinance. If the property's within other municipalities, i.e. Gasville or Lakeview, then they would need to contact those city halls. That's correct. The procedures are set by those municipalities as well. If there's any questions regarding properties, what they're zoned, or if we can assist with any questions regarding zonings of particular parcels, you can contact us at 425-6161. Send us an email at clsi@mountainhome.com, or you can contact the respective building inspections departments.